What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. Happy Monday to you. This is your boy, Austin, aka Competitive Stoic, checking in. I've got a very important topic I want to discuss today, and I believe a lot of people out there in the world feel the same way as I do regarding running. Whether you hate it, you love it, you enjoy it, or it's a disdain, running is a very polarizing topic. Even in the gym, elliptical, stair stepper, bike, rower, there's so many options, yet running is probably everybody's least favorite. Now, I want to share a little bit about my history with running, and then I want to bring us up to present and talk a little bit about what I'm doing today, tomorrow, moving into the future. First, I have always hated running. My dad used to make me run the cul-de-sacs growing up. I used to have to take my dog 5 days a week and run three cul-de-sacs adjacent to our childhood home. And I used to find so many ways to cheat the system. I'd run to the first cul-de-sac, sit down behind cars, let 15, 20 minutes go by, and then jog my happy ass back home, thinking that, well, there you go. I ticked the box. He ultimately caught on, and I ultimately never improved my running mechanics, my endurance, and my sport really suffered for it. I was always a heavier kid growing up. I always had some, baby fat on me. Even going into college, I had baby fat on me. And I hated everything about what running meant and how my body felt during and after running. Now, fast forward, because I already mentioned it, to college. I used to get the worst back spasms while running. Shout out to Fayetteville State, RIP KP, but he made us do what's called a G test. A G test were hundreds, and they were timed, and we had to do a certain amount of them. Well, probably about the second G, I would get the worst debilitating back spasms. I'm talking fetal position on the ground, can't move, can't breathe, can't extend my legs, back spasms. Fortunately, I didn't, well, I guess I should say fortunately, unfortunately, I didn't have to do the G tests. I would get, whether it be a Coach Phillips exemption or a medical exemption, I would never have to complete the time G test. And I was one, I'd say, who fell into that category. Lucky me, however, again, continuing with my childhood, it never helped me. I never grew. I never developed, nor did I ever find a passion for running. Now, fast forward to today, right? I am on a pathway to increase my certifications as a referee. If you see any of my watch screenshots, I time as well as count the number of miles I do on any given day of the week. Now, Saturdays and Sundays, I'm doing between 13 and 20 miles, depending on the number of games I do. And that is a whole lot of trauma on the legs, on the body as a whole. The reason I can do that now is because, well, a gentleman named Mark Bell, call him Smelly. He is the founder of Slingshot. If you're familiar with Slingshot, it's a training tool used to increase bench press. It's got several other techniques. I'll tag the company and Mark Bell, for that matter, if you're interested in following him, in the comment section. But while following Mark Bell for the last probably 8 years now, he introduced a gentleman actually here in San Diego, California, who had developed something called the WEC method. Now, the WEC method, for most people, is something completely foreign, right? Myself included. I might have been subjected to the best of the best in terms of speed training, um, endurance when it came to playing football. We had the best speed coaches coming in teaching us how to run. Now, ultimately, I never learned how to run. So as I got older, and my disdain for running grew deeper and deeper and deeper, I would shy away from anything that involved running, whether it be short bursts or the long distance. Yeah, you can miss me with a marathon, you can miss me with a 40-yard dash and all of that other stuff. Ultimately, my passion for running today stems from the lessons and the guidance and the teachings of the WEC method. Very basic fundamentals from head over foot, the coil technique. I mean, just so simple in terms of how you can reduce running to the ridiculous so anybody and everybody can learn, grow, and develop that passion for running. Now, take it back to Mark Bell. Smelly is a unique character. He says it how it is, calls it how he sees it, and he has something going on where he runs every single day. Now, if you're not familiar with Mark Bell's story, he has got a very interesting one from a world-class power lifter, bodybuilder, now turned into this fitness machine. You look at him and you would not believe where he was just a short few number of years ago. And he's been an inspiration for me with my fitness journey. He's somebody that I've followed going back to my fam days and somebody who I will continue to follow moving forward. I think of him as an authority figure in the space. So when he started to learn the WEC method and the WEC method became a little bit more mainstream, if you will, it's something that I've now devoted and adapted my entire athletic life to, at least, in order to learn, grow, and develop my understanding of the method and then implementing that method every single day, whether it be warm up, dynamic warm up, anytime that I set foot on a soccer field, anytime that I step foot in the gym, anytime that I step foot now outside getting my road runs in, I am using the WEC method in order to improve my technique and remove the pain that I felt putting all of that trauma on my body and on my legs. I'll tag the WEC method in the comment section below. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about that, please dive into it. If you have any questions, both Smelly and the WEC method founder are incredible in terms of engaging with their communities and transversing their knowledge onto others. Now, let's fast forward a little bit about today and the purpose of this video. I am doing a similar, I have a similar goal, but I'm doing something similar to Mark Bell, where he's got this run every day. Every day he's putting on miles and miles and miles. Now he's preparing for marathons and he's taking his fitness and his love and passion for running to new levels. But ultimately, I want to start small. 5 days ago now, so last Thursday, my goal was to run at least 1 mile every single day. And I've hit that. Started out at just over a mile. Friday got to about 1.25 miles. Saturday was about 1.25 miles. Yesterday, Sunday, I did just under 13 miles out there refereeing 3 games. And then today, I put on about 1.6 miles on the legs. Today was a little bit more of a flush day, focused on pushing that lactic acid out, in essence, allowing my legs to recover in an active manner. And I feel great, right? Back spasms are gone. The disdain for running is gone. Again, I think a lot of people hate running, and running became so easy and so simple for me once I learned how to run. So for those out there that want to run, are interested in getting outdoors, getting that fresh air, being outside is so beneficial. That vitamin D is so beneficial to your health. And if you're interested, I highly, highly recommend not only following Mark Bell, but also following the WEC method. You can learn a lot through their social media platforms. One day soon in the near future, I have a goal to train um, one-on-one or in a group setting so I can learn the WEC method myself and maybe transverse that knowledge onto others. But until that day happens, check them out, follow along, learn from what's out there, what they previously posted, and they do post a lot. So there's a lot of new, fresh information coming to you live every single day. But for me, and here's where I need your help, I want you to hold me accountable. I am going to record my runs. I'm going to take a picture of my runs, and I want to get a run streak going. Right now, it's at 5 days. I want to get to 500 days and then go from there. Ultimately, if I can get outside for 1 mile plus and keep that run streak alive, I know I am going to be a better version of myself day in and day out. And then when I am on the field and the lights are the brightest and I need to keep up with these players and the speed of the game, I know my body will be able to not only withstand, but excel. That's my goal. That's my dream. And that's where I want you guys to hold me accountable. If there's anybody out there that'd like to join me, I'm going to be posting my shots or screenshots of my runs on the Fab Movement channel. I'll tag that in the comments as well. If you're interested in following along, please follow, like, and stay tuned for more of that running content coming your way soon. But if you're interested in joining me, let's go. Whether it be here in San Diego or wherever you're at in the world, hold myself accountable. I'll hold you accountable. We'll do this together. We'll keep a run streak going and we'll get outside, experience the sun, play in the fresh air, and have a more optimized life because of it. That's my story with running. I've learned a new passion for running, and I hope you can find some passion for running as well once you have the tools, tips, and resources to improve your love and passion for it. That's all for the day. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.